and welcome to Reason News. 3 years ago, South Africa was brought to its knees by a wave of civil unrest that left over 300 people dead and caused billions of rands in damage. The scenes of chaos and destruction are etched into our national memory, and for years questions have swirled about who was behind it all. The government and law enforcement have long spoken of instigators, of a coordinated campaign to bring the country to a standstill. And now, for the first time, a high-profile figure is set to face the music for their alleged role. This is the story of Duduzile Zuma-Sambudla, a member of parliament and the daughter of former President Jacob Zuma, who is now standing trial for her alleged role in inciting the deadly July 2021 unrest. She's pleading not guilty, but the state says it has a strong case. This is more than just a court case. It's a test of our justice system, a debate on the limits of free speech, and a deep dive into the political tensions that continue to simmer beneath the surface of South African society. Duduzile Zuma-Sambudla, a prominent figure in her father's new political party, the Umkhonto weSizwe Party, is facing some of the most serious charges to emerge from the July 2021 riots: incitement to commit terrorism and incitement to commit public violence. The National Prosecuting Authority alleges that her social media posts, particularly on X, were a direct catalyst for the widespread violence that erupted across KwaZulu-Natal and parts of Gauteng. This case, which is set to be heard in the Durban High Court from the 10th to the 21st of November, is being watched with bated breath. On one side, you have the state, armed with what they call a strong case, arguing that these social media messages were not just empty words, but a calculated effort to provoke a political response. On the other side, Zuma-Sambudla, through her legal team led by the formidable advocate Dali Mpofu, maintains her innocence. She argues the charges are baseless, a politically motivated vendetta against her and her father. Here's a video from SABC News.
At the pre-trial conference, Zuma-Sambudla was donning a t-shirt that read "Modern Day Terrorist." She was jovial in court as she greeted MK members seated in the gallery who came out in their numbers. The pre-trial conference focused on admissions from the state and defense ahead of the main trial. The court heard that the state is expected to call 6 to 8 witnesses to the stand. 3 of the witnesses expected to testify will be a social media expert who will give evidence on the alleged social media updates. The state says that its case hinges on video clips on social media and audio. It requested that the court allows a TV monitor to be mounted in court to help present its case. The state alleges that Zuma-Sambudla used social media to incite, instigate and coordinate violent incidents and looting in KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng. Zuma-Sambudla has pleaded not guilty. She is represented by advocate Dali Mpofu. Her legal team previously denied the charges, which she claims are politically motivated. The defense says she admits to having an X account formerly known as Twitter and that it will call 2 witnesses to testify. These include a social media emoji expert.
We've been ready for 4 years now, yes. But I'm obviously in high spirits and looking forward to November.
Her legal team has made a plea to the National Director of Public Prosecutions to review and set aside the decision to indict her.
Previous occasion, the defense did advise that they were going to make representations to the National Director, we haven't been told that those representations have been made as yet. The state has advised that the witnesses would range between 6 to 8 witnesses. As you've heard, some of them may be expert witnesses, but as advised the court, closer to the time we'd be able in a position to advise the exact number.
The trial is expected to start on the 10th of November and will run for 11 days until the 21st of November. Zuma-Sambudla is out on a warning.
To understand the gravity of this trial, we have to go back to the beginning. The July 2021 unrest didn't happen in a vacuum. It was the culmination of simmering tensions sparked by a pivotal moment in our country's legal history. The Constitutional Court ordered former President Jacob Zuma to serve a 15-month prison sentence for contempt of court after he refused to testify at the State Capture Commission. His arrest was seen by his supporters as a political persecution, while others viewed it as a long overdue step towards holding powerful figures accountable. What began as protests quickly spiraled into something far more sinister. Looting, arson, and a complete breakdown of law and order took hold. Thousands of businesses were destroyed, livelihoods were lost, and tragically over 300 lives were claimed. The chaos was unprecedented in our democratic history, and it raised uncomfortable questions about national security and the role of leadership in times of crisis. At the heart of the state's case is the allegation that social media wasn't just a reflection of the unrest, but a tool used to fuel it. Investigators have honed in on specific posts by Zuma-Sambudla, claiming that her significant online following was weaponized to amplify calls for violence. This trial will force us to confront a complex question. When does freedom of expression cross the line into incitement? The case is being closely watched, not just in South Africa, but internationally. It's one of the first high-profile trials globally that tackles the issue of incitement via social media in the context of major civil unrest. A conviction would set a powerful precedent, but a successful defense could leave the public with a feeling of lingering injustice. This isn't about just one individual, it's about accountability. It's about sending a message that those who use their influence to sow chaos and division will be held to account. But it's also a deeply political issue. Zuma-Sambudla's legal team has already argued that the prosecution is a witch hunt. It's a narrative that resonates deeply with her supporters and the MK party, who see this as another front in the long-running political battle involving her father. The trial will be a clash of legal arguments and political ideologies. The stakes are incredibly high. For Zuma-Sambudla, a conviction could lead to a substantial prison sentence and effectively end her political career. For the state, a successful prosecution would be a major victory in their quest for justice for the victims of the unrest. And for South Africa, it's a moment to see if the wounds of July 2021 can begin to heal, or if this trial will simply open them up further. The trial is scheduled to run for almost 2 weeks in November, and you can be sure that every day we will be filled with drama, legal maneuvering, and a lot of political theatre. We'll be following the story closely, bringing you all the updates as they happen. This case is more than a legal proceeding. It's a profound reflection of our country's ongoing struggles with justice, power, and accountability. It's a reminder that the events of July 2021 are not just a historical footnote, but a living, breathing part of our national story that continues to demand resolution. We will continue to seek reason in the noise, but until next time, stay informed, updated, and curious.